Welcome to Vintage Weights PGH. I'm here with Dean from Black Widow Training Gear. All the clinking and clanging and banging you hear in the background is because today's setup day at HomeGymCon. And Dean, you're like ready to rock.
Oh yeah, this year we went with the purple and black theme, and got the purple logo. I don't do the red belly, I always with purple,
Yeah.
so I wanted to bring that to Home Gym Con.
Last year you had that kind of like army green look, and this year I
Yeah,
like the purple. So
that's it.
what's other than the color change, what did you bring back from last year that was popular?
I did
Let's start there.
my safety squat bar. This is actually my lighter weight version, which has become more popular. Is home gym owners, you got a female, they don't want to be lifting an 80-pound bar to rack it. This
Yeah.
weighs 35 pounds, easy to maneuver, and it holds up well.
Yeah. And look at the end.
Yeah, small little details we've been trying to make it look, just bring it out. We got the pull-up bar up there. If you get this on our website, it has a spider cut out, but I wanted to pop it. It
No,
was something
back up.
special for Home Gym Con.
I like all the little accents, all the little spiders on your gear. And but I heard you saying just a minute ago to one of your neighbors here, sometimes people ask no spiders.
Yeah, they fear the spider, so it'll be all blank.
Eh,
Yeah, but to each his own.
to each his own. I
Yeah,
like it. And then of course last year, something that attracted my eye right away were all your different barbells you had on a rack. Same thing this year. So let me step around the other side here. And right
yeah,
away, something I personally like is all the thick
yeah,
barbells you have. And you have a powder coat too that's really
yeah,
distinct.
yeah. Super grip.
Super
It's
grip, power grip, powder coat, I should say.
yeah. Anything you get from us that is going to be a hands-on grab, we do a grippy texture. So if you don't get the knurling, you still got something you don't feel you need chalk for.
And then some of these look pretty straightforward, like this multi-grip
Yeah,
bar. But then other ones, I think to myself, like this is kind of like a shallow
this is our
uh,
cambered row bar,
cambered row bar, which is
but
pretty cool.
it's sold or advertised as a cambered row bar.
Uh-huh.
But like once you get it in your house, you're pressing overhead. You keep that away. Now you don't have to worry
Yeah.
about hitting your chin. And people even grab the little angles, bent
Uh-huh.
over rows. It's
Yeah,
just something different.
it
You find
is.
more uses for than what you bought it for.
True. True.
And one thing I always push to a customer, because they see the thick grip
Uh-huh.
and they're like, I got little hands, I'm not gonna be able to hold on.
Yeah.
But it's more comfortable to have a thicker bar for pressing than the thin, especially as we get older.
Yeah.
You're not trying to grip something so small, it's just sitting nice
That's
in your
true.
hand.
And sitting on your back too for
Yeah.
squatting, things like that. I mean, I would imagine. So,
This is one of the this is our front squat bar. So most people, you got the regular barbell, you're all cocked up.
and I don't have the mobility for that
Yeah.
personally, so I'm always kind of doing this like cross arm when I
Yeah.
do front squats.
This now you got the thick bar
Okay.
resting on your chest. Now you can grab your
Nice.
hands wherever
Okay.
you want.
So, in my case, like I was just saying, if you don't
Yeah.
have like the mobility to really get your hand back, you've got it out in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people
That's
say,
cool.
oh, stretch more. But it's like, no, there's more benefits to front squatting than being able to hold
Yeah,
the bar.
exactly. And you might have prior injuries or anything else causing that lack of mobility. It might not just be like you're
Yeah.
not stretching enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, 100%. That's very cool. And then you can take the handles out if you wanted. Yeah.
Is this the handles come out? It's not the ideal axle, but
Hmm.
you have a 2-inch thick barbell now.
That's cool. And once you have some plates on, there's plenty of clearance
Yeah.
with those little posts you
Yeah.
have sticking out. So that's cool. And in a home gym, multi-use is always a
Yeah.
welcome thing. So now let's step around here. So something I noticed too when I came over, Dean, was you snuck in some spiders on this pulley. You got up here, you got purple accents over here. I like that you take the time and effort with these little details.
Yeah.
But on this particular pulley, you've got it all hooked up in the nice flow from the power rack, some storage solutions, and then
Yeah.
a pulley station. Is this something that you would do with a customer if they came to you thinking through like a space, thinking through what they want to do in their gym.
Yeah. Like this might not be the ideal setup for you, but if we have a conversation, I could work with your space, get it to work. This is a 300-pound stack. You might want a plate loaded version.
Yeah.
And this is the first one I ever made. So this weekend, there's going to be tons of people walking through here, trying it out, say,
Yeah.
hey, I like this, I don't like that. And then I can go back to the drawing table and I
Yeah.
have some good feedback to work with.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be a huge change I have to make,
Uh-huh.
but I see a couple little, like even this fin I could bring down a little so the ball's on the pulley and not,
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
and it's
yeah.
just like a little quirk. Like,
But I like how this rotates, left to right, especially in a small space. Like my home gym is pretty small. Once I have stuff sitting out, it's kind of nice that I can step over to the side this way and work on it if I need to, or straight on. That makes a versatile piece of equipment in a smaller space. Very cool. And then I like how you said weighted out is sharing a booth with you. So this will eventually be filled out with some weighted out plates, and you're sharing with U-clips as well.
Yeah.
So how'd that come
weighted out's
about?
gonna have some dumbbells. And then you can take his plates off, try out all our bars, and see what you like. Or
Were you just talking with Brian from last year? How did that come about? Sharing a space this year?
because I don't have a lot of weights at my house, and I'm like asking friends, trying to get weights, and Brian's sitting over there with no bars to try his weights out with. I'm like, why don't we just collab? And
just do it.
He's like, all right,
Perfect.
And
it puts his dumbbells and weights on display on your equipment. So yeah, that's very cool. It's interesting to see collaborations like that come together. So then this is new from last year. Any other new pieces from last year as you look around?
These low profile spotters.
Okay.
There's Surplus has their stealth spotters, but theirs are long.
Okay.
And customers were contacting me for shorter versions. These are only 18 inches.
Okay.
So they work better for different applications. Some people have a half rack or they can't fit the stealth spotter in there.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is a different option for them.
Gotcha. So it gives them a shorter profile.
Yeah.
And like I was just saying with the versatility of your cable attachment there, cable machine, if you have a smaller space or depending on what kind of lifting you're doing, you might want that.
And these sandwich J cups are my first run on these.
Yeah, these are beefy, man. These are big. To use a word from Bridge Build, they're always calling their stuff beefy.
Yeah.
Man, these are
and
some serious J cups.
Like one thing people contact me a lot for is custom. You might have a rack from the 1980s.
Yeah.
They don't make J cups anymore. So all I need is the hole in the upright size.
True.
And I can make you fancy ones, budget ones.
Yeah.
This stays the same. I just make it fit your rack.
Good, better, best. Yeah. Exactly. We're going to be having our roundtable podcast for Home Gym History podcast in a couple days. And that's something we'll talk about is like the customization. So are these dumbbell spotters you got here?
Yeah. Okay, so they'll pretty much hold anything up to, I'll say a 13-inch diameter dumbbell.
Okay.
And then I recruited my cousin. He has a CNC for the plastics. So now this gives just a nice finishing look on it now. So I was cutting these all by hand and it was just
very cool.
Rough looking.